So you just finished an epic video, one that will change your career forever. But as soon as you post it on Facebook, it becomes pixelated.
Oh, gosh. Come on, guys. Is that necessary? There's nobody back there. Let's talk about the proper export settings for Facebook video. My friends, my family, and everyone else in between, welcome to a channel that teaches you how to explore, inspire, and engage as an active videographer. My name is Cody Scott, and if you're new to this channel, feel free to consider hitting that subscribe button. In this video, we're going to talk about the proper export settings for Facebook video. Before we jump over to the computer to teach you how to export your video to Facebook correctly, I'd like to talk about two things: Codec and target platform. So first up is Codec. What is it? Sounds like a bad rapper's name.
What?
A codec essentially compresses or uncompresses your video, but let's go over to Google and see what it says. A device or program that compresses data to enable faster transmission or decompresses received data. Now I know what you're thinking. Is it pronounced data or data? Who knows? So different types of codecs will compress your final video more or less depending on where you want your video to be displayed. Which leads me to topic number 2, target platform. So I basically just took two existing words and put them together. But what is a target platform? So all I mean by target platform is where do you want your video to be published. Each social media platform like Vimeo, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram all have a preferred codec where your video will look the best. For Facebook, it's H.264, so you get the idea. The export settings for your final video is solely governed by the decision on where you are going to publish your video at. So let's go ahead and pull up Final Cut Pro and teach you how to properly export your video to Facebook. Alright, now that we are in Final Cut Pro, we're going to learn how to export our videos to Facebook using the proper codec. Now there are two ways of doing this. One is very specific to Final Cut Pro and built into the program. The second is universal to any editing software. So let's go over the first one that's very specific to the software. If you go to the top right corner after your project is finished, you would click on this right square icon. It'll then prompt you with a few options of where you would like your video to be published. Since we want our video to be published to Facebook, we would click on Facebook. Makes sense. Next, this is the section where you can title your video, and we're going to title this Facebook Codec. If you click on settings at the top, you're going to be prompted with resolution, compression, and viewable by. If you click on resolution, HD 1080 will give you high definition, HD 720 will give you high definition, and then these two are just very compressed files. I like to go with 1080. Next you'll see compression. You want to click on it and change it to better quality. The only difference here is the timing of how long it will take to export your video. And viewable by, depending on if you want it to be public by your friends. What? Alright, and just as a side note, I want you to watch this bottom right corner right here. You'll notice the file size change. It went from 2.46 megabytes to 24.3 megabytes. Now, of course, this is affecting your compression. This essentially is just affecting the speed. So now that we have that, you would click next, and you'll be prompted with login information where you would just type in your login information and your password and then click login, and then it will display your Facebook and upload to your Facebook. So that was the first way to export your video to Facebook. It's very easy, it's built into Final Cut Pro. But what if you don't have Final Cut Pro? how do you export your video to Facebook correctly? No worries, let's talk about that. So this is universal to any other editing software. Now it might be located somewhere else, but in Final Cut Pro, again, you would click on the top right corner and click Master File. This is going to give you the truest file of what your video is going to be exported as. It allows you to have more control. So again, you can name this anything you like to. We're going to name this Facebook Codec so it'll be easier to find. Next, we'll click on Settings. So this is a little bit different than the last prompt that we had. Your format, video and audio, keep it there, don't change it. Now, it always stays the same of what you exported it last, so I exported a Facebook video last, so it stays there. However, you have all of these options to choose from. We're not going to get into these, they're not very important right now, but we're going to talk about all of these really quick. Starting from the top, going to H.264, the top has the least amount of compression, the bottom has the most amount of compression. If you're posting your video to YouTube, you want to use this, Apple ProRes 422. If you have time to kill and you're uploading your video and you can just, I don't know, maybe go out to dinner with your wife or husband, choose Apple ProRes 422 high quality. That'll give you the least amount of compression and your video will look great. You won't see a lot of pixelation, however, that's for YouTube and Vimeo, not for Facebook. For Facebook, you want to use H.264. Now I know what you're thinking. You're choosing the most amount of compression for your video. However, that's perfectly fine. It's compressed, yes. However, it's already compressed and Facebook won't have to compress it anymore. Neither will Instagram. So now that we've changed our video codec to H.264, all you would have to do is click Next and figure out where you want your video to be saved so you can save it on any one of your applications. So all you do is click Downloads or wherever you choose and click Save, and then your video will start exporting. You'll see in this top left corner, video is exporting. After your video is exported, it will pop up in QuickTime. And now your video is exported properly for Facebook. It's pretty simple. H.264. Basically all that you have to remember if you're using any other software besides Final Cut Pro. H.264 is the best codec to use to get the best quality for your Facebook videos. A fun fact about H.264 is that you can use it for Facebook, you can use it for Instagram, and it's the only codec that will allow you to airdrop the file from your laptop to your phone so you can post it to Facebook and Instagram. You're killing two birds with one stone. Pretty simple, right? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for me. If you guys have any questions that did not get answered in this video, feel free to drop them in the comment section below and I'll get back to them immediately. If you enjoyed this video, please click that dislike button, unsubscribe, and don't you dare hit that notification bell. Don't you hit that button. I'll see you guys in the next video.